Hello, everyone. Now we're starting the. How many times have we recorded? I think, I don't know, 10
It's but it's a,
almost.
it's a first. It's a first episode of our new format.
First, yes, first episode for the weekly review, where we're going to talk about teaching and, well, our life in general, what has happened in the week and things. We're going to keep it possibly short if we can manage that, around 15 minutes. That's what we're aiming at. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. So, Enrico, what happened in the week? What was it like?
My last week, I mean, it's already the third, or it was the third week at my universities. I'm teaching at three universities. On Monday on Waseda University, on Tuesday at Hitotsubashi University, and on Thursday and Friday at the Dokyo University. And it's already the third week, and I must say it was quite stressful, not because the university was the students were some exhausting or something like this. No, because I had to do so much, and the whole week was occupied by something. Actually, my Wednesday is my preparation day, but I worked for the Japanese foreign ministry. I'm also teaching there in April, just in April. And I also have my high school. So means I have had to do so much that I was completely exhausted and tired on Friday. Yeah, this was
On
my week.
Fridays, maybe
Yeah,
each
but
week.
it's gonna change because from the coming week there's no classes. There are no classes at the foreign ministry anymore. So still, well, at least I have my Wednesday that I can use for preparation and for relaxing. And yeah, I think it will be a little more relaxed. Also because everything is settled down because there's so much communication, especially in the beginning of the semester. Uh, Lots of useless communication with administration, with the offices, and with other teachers, with my coworkers. That's why I'm not a fan of the spring semester. I like the fall semester much more because there is not so much to discuss about, to discuss or to, yeah, that's easier.
Did you feel
Everything
like,
is yeah,
do you feel like you need more energy for preparation or when you're teaching in a class?
more energy. No, I need more time.
Yeah,
More
I
time.
know. That's
Not more
that's
energy, more
teacher's
time.
life. We need more time, clearly.
Yeah.
But do you get more exhausted while you're preparing at home or in other places for the class, or when you're actually at the class? Because I've heard of some teachers who get super exhausted in front of many students.
No,
Um,
depends a little bit on the class. Sometimes if you have a class and everybody is, I mean, if everybody is exhausted even in the class and they are not interested in this lesson because they have to take this class, it's also kind of energy taking, right? It's yeah, it's like a leech, taking my
yeah.
energy out of my body. But in general, I'm quite lucky. I have quite good classes, and they are interested in German. And yeah, I think i- in my position, I really like being in front of the class. It
Mhm.
even gives me energy if you have interested students and active students. It even gives me energy, but everything else around it takes energy. I have to go to the universities. I live in the countryside, and it takes so much time to go
Yeah.
there, and the preparation, and I have to wait for the report of my colleagues because most of the classes are team teaching, and I cannot prepare my class 1 week in advance because I have to wait sometimes one day before my class is scheduled because I have to wait for the report, what they did in class, so that I can continue where they stopped. So, and
Hmm.
this makes it a little bit complicated and stressful because for my Thursday class, I have to wait for the report of the Tuesday or Wednesday class. So maybe no,
Yeah.
no, this is Tuesday class. I don't have on Wednesday class. No, nobody is. Oh no, no. There are colleagues who teach on Wednesday too. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of you have to organize yourself, or I have to organize myself
Yeah.
quite well. Otherwise, it's really stress. So yeah,
I think
it's
in
more the
my teaching
organizing
life,
thing.
it's kind of
Mm,
more simple because I mainly teach online. Just once in a while in in person, but that only happens when I'm in Hungary or when
mm,
I'm in Germany. So usually it's just online. Then the other thing that exhausts me is when I have to stay on a laptop for the whole day because I need the
mm.
preparation done. And yeah, my eyes wouldn't be playing with me in those moments. But otherwise,
Yeah,
I think in the beginning we tend to prepare too much. And I had that, and I once talked to one of my uni professors that about that, like how to prepare. I'm not really sure, and I feel super busy all the time. And then he told me that, well, you have to find the balance where um you don't exceed certain amount of time for preparation. And it was like,
yeah.
if it takes longer than the class itself, and maybe if it's 90 minutes class and you're taking 2 hours for preparing, that's sort of too much. So you have to balance out things and maybe,
Mm,
I don't
mm.
know, try to figure it out. But it just comes over time. So yeah.
I think that's a good topic for our discussion episode. Preparation, because I think it's too easy to say if you prepare 2 hours for a 90 minutes class. It depends on what it is and if you can reuse it or not. Uh,
Hmm.
because I,
Yeah.
I I I surely had preparations or have some preparations that are much longer than the class itself. But if I can reuse it every year, it makes
Yeah.
sense, right? Even just making the materials.
Definitely.
You do remember? And now I use lots of digital materials, but in the past, you remember, I used like memory cards and dominoes, and you have
Yeah.
to make them. After this, you have to print them out, to laminate, to cut them. It takes so much time, but
Yeah.
if you can use it every time, it's worth it to do it. But let's talk about it maybe in a different discussion episode, maybe. Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
So, what do you have any highlights, or did you have any highlights in the week? What do you think? Something
I've been
that made you
having a
happy,
bunch of
or
projects for mainly the summer, and I've been working on those things. I'm not going to get into the details yet, but I will be having some kind of programs in Hungary and possibly in Germany as well, culture related things, because I'm a Japanese teacher and I thought maybe we could do this. Because I generally see that my students tend to be a bit exhausted because we just if it's all about grammar and language practice the whole time, and then they don't get to see the cultural aspects of more like the easier topics where they can communicate with people, that kind of tends to get exhausting for some people. So I'm trying to organize something where students can see each other as well and then learn together and get to know the culture better. So I've been having a lot of those planning, and I've been actually writing to many different language schools randomly and saying, "Hi, I'm teaching Japanese at the moment and blah blah blah, and I have this idea of doing this and that. Would you be interested?" And the interesting is, like, nobody in those language schools has ever seen me or heard of my name. I'm just a random individual writing them an email.
maybe your emails end up
But
in the spam folder?
yeah, possible, possible. But I mean, I'm
Mm,
at least using their official email address where you should be
mm,
able to contact them.
mm.
And eventually I got some responses from some of the schools, and they're like, "Oh, hello, thank you for the idea. We're definitely interested in that," which is pretty funny because I mean, I could be saying that I'm a Japanese teacher in my email, but it doesn't have to be true, right? I haven't proved anything yet. I mean, after that, I sent my CV and just
But
tried to talk with them. But
but if I remember correctly, I didn't. I think Maridoko didn't receive any email from you.
no, I didn't. Oh, but I
Maridoko,
feel like, do you think we could do
we,
some
we, we
cultural
didn't we
stuff as
didn't receive
well?
any email from you with your idea.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, what I'm trying to do is mainly in-person thing related, in-person activity. I mean, we could come up with some online activity as well,
Mm.
if that's something.
So it means
But
your point is you want to do it in presence, in person. That's the
yeah,
point.
like
Okay, okay.
especially if it's culture related
Mm,
things, I think it's
mm,
easier when you have people
mm,
around you.
mm.
But yeah, why not? So that
And this
was
was
probably part of my week.
and this is your highlight in the meaning of you're excited or because actually
Yeah.
it sounds for me more like a low light because no response.
Why?
No response. I was sending mails to everybody, but nobody replied to me.
No, but a lot of people did respond to me. That was my point.
Ah, they did.
And
Okay, okay, I
yeah,
misunderstood. I understood that nobody was responding,
no, no.
but they did. And what
Well,
did they
some
respond?
people that we can launch some
Oh,
activities
okay, okay,
together.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Then
So I'm gonna have
maybe
some meetings somewhere.
I have to practice my listening comprehension.
Yeah.
So,
That's my week. And I'm also in my teaching classes there were a lot of funny moments. You know, I feel like we teachers all have some moments of our students where we find funny, but where we try not to laugh out in the classroom because it's, it might disturb the students. But I feel like I've had quite a few German students who were pretty serious. I had one time, also this week, one class where a 12-year-old girl was wanted to try out what it's like to learn Japanese. I was teaching her online. And she was a shy person, but I, as always, try to get them talking in Japanese and also, well, in German, just for the starter. What is your motivation? What are you interested in? And I asked her, do you want to eventually live in Japan? And what she told me was, no, I don't think so, because if I start living in Japan, it would be too complicated for the tax payment. 12-year-old would say that.
12 years old. She
Yeah,
was and she was thinking about tax issues.
exactly. And then this is why I'm not thinking about living in Japan at the moment. So
Because
I
of
was
tax
like,
issues.
okay.
Who told her, this girl, this kind of
Exactly. But honestly,
nonsense?
this is not even the first time where a child would have talked to me like that. There was one time where a boy would start talking about insurance, like
Hmm.
car insurance. Yeah,
Maybe
it does
you should
happen.
maybe recommend her to become a tax advisor. Maybe this
Maybe
is
I
her
would need
future
that
career.
person.
If you're interested in tax issues, no, with 12 years, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe this is something you should study,
Yeah.
finance and taxes or something like this. Wow, wow. So it means it's a highlight or a low light?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just
It's no light.
interesting.
No, no
Life is
light.
interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, I have to because you already have like 18 minutes if I see correctly. So
Okay.
let me um tell you something that is not related to my classes directly, but to universities. You know, in Japan, the cafeterias are quite different. It depends on where in which university you are. Some cafeterias are quite good. They have various, yeah, choices of food, of healthy things. And I think it's not like in Germany where you even can get vegan or vegetarian options. But at least you can choose like with little vegetables and fish and dessert. And at your one university, the food was terrible the last years. And then finally, they changed the company who was running the cafeteria. And this was actually a highlight. No? It started from this April, and I went to the cafeteria, and I saw, wow, they really have had good options and healthy food, and they seem to be quite flexible. It was not a big choice, like kind of set menus, like you could choose out of four options. They have like fish, they have some ramen, some curry, and something with meat and vegetables. Yeah, but the thing is, it's a very Japanese thing. There's always something sold out. Always. There is it never ever happened that I go to the cafeteria in the lunch break, not after the lunch break, no? In the lunch break before the other students. I mean, there is a kind of rule because it's a special cafeteria. It's mainly for teachers, but all the students can go there. But there is a rule that teachers comes first before I think 12:50. The students have to, or the students cannot go. That's why they line up, and the teachers get first their meal because they have to get their food because they have to be in class on time. And I arrived there around like 12:45 or 12:50, and there's always something sold out. And I just eat the healthy option with the fish and this Friday I came to the cafeteria and my fish was sold out. So and and
So
yeah,
does it
I was
change every week?
yeah,
The
it
one
changes
that
every
gets
week.
sold out.
Yeah, there's always something sold out. The day before there was also something sold out. Oh, every time there's something sold out. And I was complaining that why is always so yeah, no, I'm sorry, but it's very very popular and yeah, but it's the lunch break isn't even finished, not even it's just started and already sold out. That's yeah, and I need to eat healthy food and not these curry and ramen. Yeah, it's also nice, but it's not healthy. So no,
Do you
and
think
yeah,
curry is not healthy? I would say it's a good option.
no, no, not in Nihon curry. It's not a good healthy option. Curry,
Really?
no, curry is not so healthy. Curry, no, it's not very healthy. There's not just meat and bad fat and rice, lots of carbohydrates. Yeah, no, but
Why you don't
this
have any
was
vegetables? Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes you have some vegetables, but yeah, and yeah, yeah. And then I finally had to run to the supermarket. Yeah, had to get off the campus to go to the supermarket to look for something, and then I had to eat very fast because the lunch break was almost over. That was another stress factor last week. Yeah. Yeah, this is my low light. Actually a highlight because the food uh, became much better. But now it's much better than the years before. But what doesn't make any sense if it's sold out.
And is it
So that's
expensive over there?
I think it's not so expensive. It costs about like between 700 to 800 yen.
Oh,
Students say that's very expensive, but I think it's not expensive because the quality is much better than before. Before it was like 500, 550.
because
But
you earn more than the students.
hmm?
Because you earn more than the students.
Yeah, it's a cafeteria for the teachers. So, and people,
Okay.
students don't go to the cafeteria if they don't have money, because then if they want to save money, they go to the convenience and buy something for 300 yen. People who go to the cafeteria, I think they don't are or they are not that cost sensitive. I think they just want to get good food, I think.
Yeah. But I feel
Mm.
like it could also be cheaper. I've heard from some friends that in their places it's 200 to 300 yen for the meal,
Yeah, but
and it's
then
pretty
we
good
have
quality.
okay, if it's a quality, but how can they make it true? I mean, if you I mean, just the ingredients are
If you
more
skip
expensive, right?
3 different kinds of vegetables, you mean, and then you just leave the soup.
No, but I mean, the years before we had just an instant miso soup. It was like you got we went to the machine and you press the button to get your miso soup. Yeah? Something like this. It was terrible. And you paid 500 yen for that. In this case, I can go to the convenience and buy a cup noodle, right? If I get instant. Not always. They also cooked something, but most of also the curry, I think the years before it was kind of frozen, prepared food. It was not cooked freshly. Now they do. And now they really cook. And I mean, they also cooked something before, but it was like was not so much. But now they seems like they cook everything. And in this case, I think 800 yen is a very reasonable price, I think. Yeah, but yeah, this is something I don't understand in Japan. They really care of that people with diseases and like disabled people or can attend the classes and and we have like had like meeting that we have to care about people who have mental problems and they really care of like different conditions of students conditions and that we have to yeah consider their problems but the food mainly is just crap. And this is a very important part, right?
Yeah.
Nutrition. I mean, this is very important. Why is it in Japan, like especially Japan, where food is where everybody, yeah, is speaking about is food and everybody's yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean, still the
has
instant the instant food quality is better in Japan than in Europe, I have to say. So in that
you mean
sense, I think we could you could give Japan a point.
you mean the
Like
instant
even
food then in Japan is better than the instant food in Germany? You want to say? Or
yeah, yeah.
or the cooked food in Germany? But if you go to the German university, I mean, you're a student, right? I guess you have many options,
It's
right?
oh my God, it's so bad in my university. It's terrible.
Are we? Are
I mean, it
terrible?
starts with 2 euros pasta, and we all know that the sauce tastes chemical. We have
Yeah, but
no
for two
idea what they
euros.
put inside.
Yeah, for two
Yeah, I
euros. What
mean,
do you expect for two
that's why
euros?
we don't
Come on.
take it. And generally, I think it's cheaper because in the Irish uni that I've been, there you have to pay like 8 to 9 euros, and it's pretty expensive, but the quality is amazing. So once in a while, when you're meeting up with a friend, then you could go there. But generally, we don't really. I think we don't go there for every single day. But at the German uni, you could technically afford it, like 3 to 4 euros, let's say, for the
Hmm.
day. But it's terrible. And I usually study at the main campus, and there they have different options. This section for vegetarian, this section for vegan, and this section for Asian food that they call.
Hmm.
Once in a while, like there's not always some kind of food over there for Asian food, just once in a while. But that once in a while, when you go there, the kind of Asian food they have is just glass noodles and sweet chili sauce on it. And that's what they call Asian food. Amazing. But this quality is not so good. The salad
No.
section is maybe the only thing where you can feel confidence.
Okay.
But taste-wise, I wouldn't give it a good rate.
Okay. You have the insight. I don't know. It's a
Yeah,
long time ago when I used to study in Germany. Yeah, okay, it means it's the food. Yeah, there's something they have to prepare to improve in Germany as
yeah.
well in Japan. Yeah, the Japan, the food country. I could expect a little bit more, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
I
my
could
was
expect
my
a bit
my
more in Germany.
highlight and low light at the same time this week. Because
Mhm.
actually I like the food they have, but if it's sold out, it doesn't make any sense. And my question is what shall I do this the coming week? Yeah, maybe I will go to the supermarket before I start my day and buy my lunch and don't go to the cafeteria anymore. Because if I cannot rely that the food
Yeah,
is there, then it's just stress. If I have to find out, oh, there's not the food I actually have to eat or wanted to eat, and I have to rush to the supermarket and to find something else. Yeah.
Hunger Games situation as a teacher
Yeah.
or as a
Yeah.
student.
Yeah. I get aggressive if I'm hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have already 30 minutes. It's a double of we
Seriously,
what
was that long?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then next time we'll try to be more productive in the talk. But I hope you enjoyed it and you got some insight in our life and
Yeah, and
lifestyle.
if you are students, please write in the comments how is the food at your university? I
Yeah,
want to
good
know.
topic.
Yeah, I
I would
want to
be
know
interested too.
if it's just my impression or it's a kind of yeah, a problem that oh my English. Like a general
But I
problem
mean,
in Japan
yeah,
or wherever
exactly.
or Ireland or
If
Germany.
there's if there's anything you're not satisfied with in the for the food that you get or anything in your um in the at the uni food related, and what would you choose to no, what would you change for that? Maybe that
Hmm.
would be interesting topic as well.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
please write down there in the comments. And then we could say goodbye for the week and we'll
See
dive
you
into the next week.
next week. Right. Let's see what
Yeah.
happened next week. I can report about my lunch at the universities.
Okay. So thanks everyone for listening, watching, and we'll see you for the in the next one, next video. Goodbye.
Bye bye and stay healthy and eat good food.
Stay healthy, eat healthy.